Yeah, so I'm just recording it. If somebody needs it, then we can just forward it to them.
Sure.
Shall I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm, talking about this one, right? Autopilot checklist. So basically, the difference between that and this, what we wanted to implement was these were the new results that we wanted. Of course, this we are not doing. So in a single checklist, manage works of all people,
Right.
handle different forms for different tasks. I'll just show you what I mean by this. I'll just show you what is it that we've implemented, and then after that, I can maybe show you how I did it, because then in the future you can also implement it for anything.
Got it.
Okay, so this is how our checklist looks now. Again, just like how Sanidhya sir's list was there, there is the task list, then there is the master sheet, then there is the for PC sheet, and then there is the dashboard.
Okay.
And then, of course, there is the archive. So, how I have done it is that functionality kind of remains the same, similar to what Sanidhya sir had done. But in this scenario, what we've done is we've put one couple of other columns like date added, we've added, then delegator email, all of these things we've added in this sheet. The reason for it is, let us say the checklist was being done. I felt
Mm-hmm.
nobody was verifying it. PC was checking that the work is done, but
Right.
sometimes the manager or somebody has to take a look at the report and other things.
Right.
Right. So that was not being done in our case.
Right.
And one more thing that I wanted was that, for example, let us say some task gets done. I wanted somebody, I wanted those respective people to be able to click a link and then enter that the work is done. I did not like want the PC to come and update it and all of that. Right.
Okay.
So in this sheet, if you see, we've got delegator, then doer, department, doer email, frequency, and next due date, task and task link. So now this task link, how we've done is for any particular checklist. Now, for example, closing stock valuation report. For this, there might be a different checklist which is required. So that can we can put a different form for that. Like for example, in this case, there is a general form, universal checklist form where there is email, task ID, work status, comments, and then for executive meeting, there is a different form. It says a task ID, work status, comments, and then what time did the EM get done. कुछ ऐसा मतलब we can create different forms in this. Now, of course, in this in Sanidhya search, there was a button here. Remove that button and put a move to master thing here. So, for example, let me give you an example. Let us say 16th Feb, delegator Ashwin. And so we've done we through VLOOKUP, we've done like the email comes directly. Doer, let us say it is who I'll put my EA's email. This one. Am I audible? Yes. Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely you are.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's say weekly, and let us say the start date. Next start date is yeah, let's say every Monday we want I want something. So 19th Feb, and I want her to some review or plan the week. And for this, I can put a separate link. I can put a different form link for this. But for now,
Mm-hmm.
let me just copy the previous form link itself. And now I'll come to task management and mark it as move to master. So it runs the script. And I'm just showing you what is it that we've implemented. After that, I'll show you how we did it because that is more important, I think.
Right.
Right, so we come to master. Now in the master, if I go to the bottom, this has gotten added in my EA's name. weekly, it says plan this week, there is a task link, and there is a plan date. Now, this master sheet, we've done it to look like a FMS actually. Now, if you see in this, comes from the task list. Step one is comes from the task list. Step two is task completion. Step three is task verification.
Verification.
Yeah, step one, for example, this from this task list, when we did move to master, all of these things came from that using task management drop down.
Hmm.
Now, task completion using task links sent to them via email. So, actually, nobody in our organization accesses this
Okay.
because on the day of when the work has to be done, they get an email, right? And
Hmm.
when they get an email, they will get an email along with the link.
Okay, so as soon as the task is shifted from the master task list to this FMS like thing, so an email is automatically triggered to the doer.
No, no, no. It does not. Then the email is triggered to the doer for the next day's work.
Okay, got it.
I'll
And
just show
whenever the due
you.
date is one day prior to that.
Yeah, correct. For example, an email like this goes. Okay, it says tasks pending until tomorrow. Task ID. Task ID has come from here,
Okay.
right? And it says frequency, which has come from there. Task. Repeat Monday. Share performance marketing data of last week before Monday meeting. Then there is a task link and due date. Now they just have to come to the task link and put the task ID and update it. For example, if they click on task link, then they come here, they put the task ID, they put the work status, and they put the comments. Then it automatically gets updated in the task completion sheet.
Okay.
Now, whenever yellow comes, our process coordinator will follow up. Like she's put some comment which says postponed to 19th Feb, some transaction reversal report, something. So now, whenever this comes, she will follow up with them and say, "Ma'am, you've not filled this form. Work is not completed. Please get it done." Now, once all of these things are done, then we've done on task verification. Now, task verification, who is supposed to do it? Delegator. See, that is the reason why in this we had put delegator here. So here, delegator will come to this sheet. Again, here they can use the task verification form. In the task verification form, they will enter the task ID and they will say that it has been verified so that it gets updated here.
Okay.
Now, so all of these things are now interlinked.
Right.
Now, based on whatever is happening here, this dashboard has been changed. Now, for example, week number 12, Navina, percentage of work not done, percentage work delayed, and percentage work done. And similarly, we can enter whatever is the data here and click save, and it goes and sits in archive.
Got it.
So basically, everything is now as much as possible. It is integrated and automated.
Absolutely. So, like, what I understand is that verification step is very interesting because now that we have added that the task is done, but now
Yeah,
I mean, like, up until now with the ultimate checklist, the PC can only see whether it was done or not. But whether it was done in the proper way, that verification, I mean, we have added another
yeah,
layer to it that it
yeah.
has to be verified by the
Manager.
person who delegated it.
Yes, 1 second. My son's just knocking on the door.
Done, done.
1 second. Let's go for this. I'm in a meeting. Tumma giriyor. Tumma giriyor. Close the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I've done is that I've added, as you said, added another layer so that it is so that yeah, verification can happen by the delegator. See, for example, what was happening was we would have said send a report. Now in that checklist, they have sent saying report has been sent, but
Hmm.
nobody has seen that report.
Right.
My son wants to say hi to you.
Hi, Adu.
Say hi.
We all know his name now.
Huh?
We all know him now.
He's a rock star. Yeah, तुम आ गए हो. I have some work. You come later. Huh? Was Amalavas. Amalavas. Bagil Gal. Very excited to see me because by 6:37 I go out and kind of spend some time with him.
Okay.
So he's very excited. So he was knocking on the door. That's something that he's learned now. But yeah, so that's something that we've done. This verification by the delegator. And again, your dashboard is very simple. It's just a matter of coming up with formulas and other things.
Okay. Like once can I once have a look in the dashboard once again? Like
Yeah, one
there's
second.
a few information I just wanted to ask you.
One second, one second. Yeah,
So yeah, if we go to that task list one,
yeah, not task list, master.
yeah,
It comes from here, right? The dashboard.
right,
See, the task list is just like a template, or rather, which are the tasks which are there. The master is the actual tasks.
right. No,
Actually,
no.
these
The
names should
one
have
going
been
to task
interchanged.
list.
This should have been
Got it.
called master, and this should have been called task list.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that's why I was asking that. I thought that that is the task list. Got it.
Yeah,
So
correct,
once you
correct.
like,
Yeah,
once you go to task list once, at the
yeah,
first sheet itself. Okay, so over here, delegated. Okay, so the delegator is a person who is like who is going to verify data, and doer is a person through which we want to get the work done.
correct. Yeah. For example, I'll just show you here. Ashwin Dange, Anupama K is my recruiter,
Yeah.
right? And so repeat Monday, number of interviews done per week. She has to send me this detail. Right now, what happened initially, she used to send email. Now she just goes to the link and she updates it, and I then forget. She thinks that she has updated it, but I don't remember about it.
Okay. So all these tasks link the Google Form. So like for every task, a new form has to be created, or it is auto created by itself,
No,
or is
it's
it like
not auto
automatic?
created because see now, technically there is one universal form, which is this universal checklist form, which contains email, meaning the person who's supposed to submit it, then the task ID, right? The task ID is this task ID against which the work is being done, then the work status, done or cancelled, and then comments. So this is common to everything. Now, suppose you feel that in a particular, I don't know, let me just open one of these. Send performance marketing data of last week before Monday meeting. Suppose you feel that along with all of this, you want to have another box which says what has been the number of leads in Google, what is the number of leads in Facebook, what is the number of leads in all of that. Then all that data will come and sit here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just show you here. This is nice. So if I come here, there is one thing which says link to the, sorry, response link is there. So let me just open EM. So now here you see executive meeting. It's been marked as done on 6th Feb. Right? Now, if you want to see what is the response of that while doing the task verification, this step we just recently implemented, so we have not yet fully started using it. Executive meeting, if you click, it opens the sheet and it says timestamp, email address, task ID, work status, comments, EM done. What time did the EM get done? 11 a.m. So now this sheet itself, similarly, universal checklist also will have different, what do you say, like information. Now, for example, in this master sheet, let us say that I am verifying weekly review meeting with maintenance team. What happened to that? If I want to check, if I click on this link, then it opens says and it says work status done, and he's not left any comments.
Common.
Right. So then I can say, okay, this is okay, and then I can enter the actual date I can enter. And generally, how we've done it is that there is no. there is no need for anybody to come to this checklist universal V2 at all, because
They
all
get
their
it all on the
information,
email.
yeah, they get it on their email. Not only that, there is a task dashboard which we've done, which is like a Looker Studio. Now, this task dashboard gets information from the delegation sheet and the checklist. For example, I'll just show you an example. Let us say that delegator. Now, let me select doer as Balakrishna. Now you see here, email ID laptop for Project Shivu has come from delegation sheet Ashwin. Repeat Monday shared performance marketing data of last week before Monday meeting. There is a link. It has come from universal checklist.
Okay.
Right? He can also select off, let us say that he wants to check off, what is today's date? 16th Feb, no?
16.
So let's say he wants to check from 1st to 17th, 1st Feb to 17th Feb, what are all the tasks that are pending? There are no tasks pending, it's what it's showing. I don't know if that is correct.
Oh, so you have linked the delegation sheet also over here. Delegation
Yeah,
sheet is second.
in this year.
Interesting.
Last 7 days. So in this, we've done it like that. But so in this email which we have done, no, here only we have said task dashboard. So when he opens his dashboard, see, because I have universal rights, I am able to see everything, but they will be able to see only their particular works. Let me just select somebody else's. Maybe I can select Sunil. Right. So in the case of Sunil, if you see, we have actually two delegation sheets and checklist. So water bottle PO to be released, delegation sheet Ashwin. Discussed about digital maps with Mapstead, age delegation sheet GRS. So it's and then the universal checklist also there is one. Repeat Monday closing stock valuation report, which is task 604. So that has come from this sheet 604 closing stock valuation. He has to do it on for 1st March. So like that. So, but
But
this is little getting like we've just tried to integrate few of these things. So yes, what happens? Once you start moving in one direction, then it kind of opens up ideas.
I mean, like, but I like the idea of the delegator one because over here at times what happen is that the tasks are also like given to the doer by the EA on behalf of us, right? On the
Correct.
same
Yeah.
day. Maybe her name also comes over here, then it sense of gives an accountability that this was assigned by her. So
Yeah.
that
Correct.
idea of delegator and doer, and then the person who is delegated can only verify the task at a later point of time. Like, can you just
Correct.
show me one
Yeah.
of the task link of form once? Like any of the forms on Web? Then how does it
Yeah.
look?
I'll just show you. See this.
So this is the task
Let,
link.
let me enter something. Let me enter something. So let me show you how it might work. So let me select doer as myself because I have not entered. This is all just for example that I had done. So it says the executive meeting 19th February, which is this coming like in the coming week I had to do. So there is a link and task ID 627. So I can click on this link. I can say 627. Work status done. Comments. This is for testing. What time did the EM get done? Just let me put 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Submit. Okay, so now I have submitted. So my job is done. So now, once again, let me just. So if I come here to master and if I open 627, it says 16th February, 6:41 a.m. The
Okay.
task was entered. Now during verification, if I want to see what are the comments that was entered, if I click on this link, it opens here 627 done. This is for testing 11 a.m.
Got it. So you've added your task also in this checklist. I
No,
mean,
yeah, this was only for testing. My tasks don't come here. I
no, no,
am
I mean like
organized enough
you.
that I don't need my tasks here. But yeah, technically you can, if there is any repeat tasks of yours, you can put it here and then the PC will follow up with you.
Yeah. That's nice.
So even the my PC had to do something on a weekly basis, right? Birthday star, some comments she has to send an email. Now
Hmm.
I have put her as the doer, and the delegator I have put it as my EA.
Okay.
So then that will happen.
Got
So
it.
that happens on its own. This step, I think, yeah, let me just write it down somewhere. This task verification, I have to. Yeah, so I have to roll this out. We've implemented it, but we've not rolled it out. So
Okay. I think my biggest takeaway is the idea of delegator and that verification thing. And also like
correct,
because in the current ultimate checklist, I think the scores don't come up. So in the EM, it becomes difficult to discuss on it like with the doer. Like
correct.
you have to open the checklist and then select the date range for the last week and then see कि किसमें done हुआ किसमें done नहीं हुआ and then he asks like you done नहीं हुआ but then that score doesn't
Correct.
come. So I
Yeah,
tried asking the tech team, but they said that it's a glitch and it will get resolved maybe in the MIS or something.
got it. But I have put like a separate formula for that. I'll share this formula with you. This will kind of in this it says percentage of work done, percentage of work delayed, and percentage of work percentage of work not done, delayed and
Delayed.
done. Yeah. So this formula, if you put it, then it'll come. But only thing is for this, the script needs to be changed. Can I just show you the script
Yeah, yeah.
because that is more important. Like I can share this sheet with you, but how we made the changes, no, that becomes important.
So did you make this thing entirely from scratch or did you use the ultimate checklist as script as base?
Ultimate checklist script as base. See, whatever Sanidhya sir has done, that was really good.
Okay.
Right? It was really good, but then I wanted like these things were problems for us, and I could see that they were problems because the checklist. See now what is going to happen? I have like 50 rides. Each ride has a different checklist, but the overall master of when it has to be done will come into the ultimate checklist, and each of those rides individual checklist will go into a Google form.
Got it.
Right. So whenever that needs to be done, it will get triggered via an email, and they will do it, or else they will go to their Looker Studio and take a look at it.
Got it. Got it.
Have you done any work on app scripts?
Honestly, not a lot. I mean, like, I personally haven't, but I asked my MIS to learn some basics of Appscript. I think you were also mentioning that how should we go about teaching them about Appscript. Like, he watched some, like because he didn't have any background on Appscript, honestly. He did tried watching some videos and then tweaking some like simple things in the existing Appscript. But then, वैसे, I mean, like, in core Appscript, like, I don't think he has done anything,
Okay.
nor do I
Can
think
I? Can I?
that he
I'll show you some simple things in how you can understand things. Let us say you don't know anything about app scripts. After this, you will be able to at least 10% you will be able to understand and do some changes. Okay.
okay.
So now, where AppScript resides is this is your Google Sheets. If you go to extensions, then you can go to AppScripts here.
Right.
All right. So basically, AppScripts is pieces of code which run on top of Google services like Google Sheets and Google Docs and all of that. And AppScript can reside separately as well. For example, you can go to script.google.com and all your app scripts will reside here. All the app scripts which you have, what is happening, all of those scripts will reside here. An app script can reside individually or it can be embedded in a particular sheet. For example, based on the icon, you can tell all of these are embedded scripts. I don't have any freestanding app scripts.
Okay.
Okay, now app script, let us say that in this, if you see here, Sir has got like there are many pieces of code. There is code, helper, date.js. All of these are different files. All right, all of these are different files. Ashwin, this is the like an IDE. It's called an integrated development environment. In this, there are buttons like run, debug, set trigger, all of this. Okay, all this doesn't matter
Right.
at the moment. Now you want to know, let's say you're on voice and you don't understand what this is. Right. So first thing that you can do is you can copy this entire thing, go to ChatGPT and say something like, I am, I don't understand anything about app scripts. I have a Google Sheet with the following app script code. Can you please explain it to me? Okay, let's assume you don't understand anything. And I copied that code also and put it there.
Okay.
It says this script is designed to automate various task management processes within a Google Sheet document. It includes functions for creating and managing triggers, sending email reminders, manipulating task data. Here's a breakdown of key components and functionalities. Okay, trigger management, task email handling, UI and task management. So it's telling you what each of these things are. For example, tasks to table. I think this is something that I have written. So there is a tasks to table function here. This is the tasks to table function.
Hmm.
Now, it has said here task to table converts an array of tasks information into a HTML table. This is used to format email content when sending task reminders.
Task reminders. The email which you
Okay.
were showing today.
Yeah, correct. Now, let us say that, okay, so you can say, now email is being sent in that particular format. Now, if you see in mine, my email was sent as a table. Have you seen?
Yes. Task
And it's
ID.
formatted nicely and all of that. No?
Yes.
Once again, let me come here. What is that? Universal checklist. Okay, in this it's okay. Let us say that this is the kind of email that is going. In this it says pending task report checklist universal Rajiv. Okay. Now what you can say is, let us say that you wanted. Let's begin simple. Okay, you wanted it such that the word checklist universal should be removed from the title. You don't want that. Okay.
Okay.
So now what you will do, you will come to ChatGPT and you will say, this is a sample email title that the script, see, right, script is sending. I want to remove the words checklist universal from the title. What changes to the script should I do? Okay, what changes to the script should I do? To remove words checklist universal from email title in send reminder function, you will need to modify the part of the code that constructs the email subject. The relevant line of code currently looks something like this. So it says, this is the line of code, change it to this. Okay.
Okay.
So then you will say, um, let's say you might have any other question. Can I just, okay, so it is modified directly. This modification directly affects the string that is passed through. Okay, all this. Now, now let us say that you don't understand something in this. What might you say? Okay, I don't know how to replace only the line. Can you give me the
The entire
script
script.
for the
Send.
entire send reminder function? Let us say you say that. Certainly, here's the modified version of send reminder. Now it will send you all of this. You will come here and you will come to send reminder here, which is written. This is the send reminder code. So you will remove that and paste that here.
Oh wow.
Okay. Now,
Cool.
so now I will say that this is great, But how do I test this? Because it will send an email only tomorrow morning. How do I test this now? Correct, no? See, now, even if you make this change, you want to know how to test this, right? Because
Right.
at the moment, the script triggers only in the morning.
Yes.
So let's see if we can ask this question. It'll, whatever, it's told various things. It's, you can just copy this code and put it there and it'll work. I assume it'll work. But to check if it's working properly, you'll say, this is great, but how do I test this?
Right.
Then if you type that, let's see what it says. To, to test the modified send reminder function immediately without waiting for schedule triggers, open Google Appscript editor, click on extensions in menu, select Appscript, select functions to run. So it says see, select function to run. It says select send reminder new. Okay, so, from the drop down, run the function. To run the function, click on run. Okay. Now the other problem with this is, but this will send the email to all the doers.
Yes.
How do I test this without sending it to everyone and only to my test email? Once testing is okay, I can then send it to everyone. Correct, no?
Yes.
Without sending emails to all doers, you can modify the script to send emails only to your test email address. It tells you, basically, it's telling you saying what is it that you are supposed to do.
Oh God.
Okay, now all this is happening and it's giving you that test, it's doing all of this.
So this code we
Now,
have to always change over there.
yeah,
Like,
correct. Now, let us say that you become little more advanced. Okay.
mm,
You become little more advanced and you want to understand something specific. Okay. So now in this, let us say that you've learned now how to read this code. Once you start
mm,
doing it, no, yes, slowly you will understand what these things are. I would highly recommend that you go through basics of JavaScript. It's
okay.
very simple. Basics of JavaScript. If you spend, I should say, if you spend 3 4 hours watching some videos, you will become the basics of JavaScript. You will understand.
Got it.
Got it. So now, let us say that basics of JavaScript you understand and you understand a bit of this. Now you can ask specific questions to this. Can you explain to, like for example, here there is one for each.
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain to me what does the for each do?
Mm,
Because now you want to understand this, right?
yes.
The for each method in JavaScript is a function that is used to execute a provided function once for each element in an array.
Yes.
But you will not understand this unless you know at least what is an array, what is this, all of this.
Right.
Okay, so it's giving you whatever, it's giving you a lot of information. It's telling you all of these things. But you see, you can use ChatGPT for all of this, and it becomes, and it's like a superpower.
Yes. I
It's
mean,
like all the questions that you have in your mind, you can ask it. Anything and everything.
yeah. I mean, it was damn interesting, and I thought there was a stigma on how am I going to go about it, but today I think that has totally
Yeah,
been broken.
correct. So one second, let me just say. I have a stigma about using what?
ChatGPT.
Appscript.
Absolutely.
Can you give me can you give me some motivation to start working on it? Can you tell me it is simple? I don't even know what ChatGPT will say.
Use ChatGPT to pacify us, right?
Did we break ChatGPT? Not yet. Okay, starting to work on Google Appscript can be a rewarding endeavor, especially if you're looking to automate tasks, extend Google Workspace applications, or build custom functionality within the Google ecosystem. Here are several motivational points and reasons why learning and using Google Appscript is both simple and beneficial. Seamless integration, accessibility, JavaScript based, familiar syntax, ease of learning, for those new to programming, JavaScript and by extension AppScript has a relatively gentle learning curve. This is what I was talking about. Compared to many other languages, there are countless resources, tutorials, and communities available to support your learning process. So it's very simple, Yash. Once you start doing it, you will also start getting more and more interested. Custom solutions without a backend, powerful automation capabilities, versatile use cases, embrace the challenge. Starting with AppScripts is like learning any new skill. There may be challenges along the way, but the potential to streamline your workflow, automate tasks, and create custom solutions makes it a worthwhile endeavor. The key is to start with small, manageable projects and gradually increase the complexity as you become more comfortable. Remember, the initial learning phase is temporary. The efficiency and capabilities you gain from mastering Google Apps Scripts will serve you, your team, or your organization for a long time. Embrace the journey, and you'll soon see how much you can achieve with just a few lines of code.
So that was the cherry on the cake.
Yeah,
No,
so
like, hmm. No, it makes
but you
sense. I
should,
mean,
I mean, you also take up a little bit of JavaScript, little bit you can take a look at it. Ask your MIS also to go through it. It's not very complicated. My guy had zero knowledge about it. Now,
okay,
after sitting with me, of course, I have a little bit of knowledge about it. So, after sitting with me, after showing him ChatGPT, I've gotten him a ChatGPT like for subscription. He's also started using it. Now, he's made some automated email scripts which send email when a particular step is done in an FMS. So, some of these things he's been able to implement, and slowly, you start getting better and better at it.
absolutely. No, I think it's important that I also ask my MIS to leverage ChatGPT to get some understanding on AppScript. I mean, he already started, but then like because coming from a non-tech background, like he was having some challenges. But I think this will help a lot. And I have some knowledge on the coding side, so I think it shouldn't be that difficult. But it's just that
Very
I need to
good.
get started, and I need to get started. That's important.
Okay, if you have some knowledge on the coding side, then this should be cakewalk for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there is a stigma that like I have some knowledge on Python, but the JavaScript I have
Um,
never tried. Like I understand what a for loop is, but then the script and all of it because it has been some time since I last coded. But I think once I have a look into it and using ChatGPT, it will help me a lot. It will help
very,
me
very,
get the
very
basics.
easy. Very easy.
Yeah.
Right? Once you
Do you
understand
have
the
some
core
questions?
concepts of programming, see, core concepts across all languages is the same. You will have loops, you will have if statements, you will have variables. If you understand these basics, like if you understand a bit of object oriented programming, OOP, some of these like basic things, if you understand, everything else becomes easy.
Easy.
Right? That a
Correct.
function is a container of code, that a function can be run multiple times. These are like such basic things. If you go through like three, four videos, you will understand everything. I'm not a
Correct.
trainer, so I can't communicate that well enough. But YouTube,
What
there must
you
be
are.
like hundreds of thousands of videos.
Right. But for me today, you became the trainer.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
And
okay.
for
I was
whoever
just
will
trying to
watch
help.
this video, you'll become trainers for them as well. At least they'll
Sorry?
get started with that. Like whoever watches this video, like once you share, everyone
Yeah.
is also take you as a trainer. At least for the app script. And I think more than the checklist, I think I've got more confidence on the app script now.
I know. I know. For me, that was the whole point. The checklist bit is still like it's possible because of the second part. That's why I was more
Obviously.
excited to show you AppScript and how does it work and how is it that we can do. For example, like my one day conversation with ChatGPT was, I just want to add another column in that sheet. It's actually very complicated because there is so much code, like there is code involved in that, no, like AppScript. Other things will break. So I want to add this column. How do I do this? Then ChatGPT will say, change it in these locations. Great. So I made that change. I want to add this other column. I want to move this column around. I want to change this format. It keeps giving, and at some point I'm like, bro, I've asked you too many questions. I think I should stop asking questions because I don't understand this. I don't understand that. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? It's like you have the best teacher in the world with you. It's just that you should be, yeah, you should, who's gonna answer you all the time, no matter what.
7.
Yeah, correct. Great. So, if you've got anything else, then please let me know.
No, no, no. I think that's all. I think that was a great session. I think I've got myself started on AppScript more than
Yeah,
that. So I
yeah,
think that will help me also modify the checklist as per my requirement. But the idea of
correct.
delegator and the idea of verification is something which is very interesting, and I think I'll apply it in in some way
Very
to get
simple.
started. Yes, yes,
Yeah. So, as you said, I think the more than the first part of the checklist as such, because that has gone through two, three iterations in our organization.
right.
Once you get the development mind flow, then all these things, small, small things, you understand, oh, this is possible, that is possible, something else is possible. You immediately implement it.
Yeah, I think that possibilities thing opens up a lot because now you know
Yeah,
that how it is done at the root level. You can
correct.
modify
Yeah,
it.
yeah, correct, correct. Done, bro. Anything else, please let me know.
No,
Shall we wrap up?
thank you so much for your time.
Nah, no, most
Wonderful.
welcome, most. Thanks, 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 Yash.
Thank you so much, buddy. Have a
Bye,
great
bye.
day.
You too, man. Take care. Bye.
Bye.